Good morning, everyone. My name is Rohan Raut, EC Triple IT Kota, and alongside with me is my friend Aman Mathur, EC Triple IT Kota. So we did a lot of research work and came up with an idea to solve real-world problems. As we know that the world is going through a pandemic, and for our safety, we have been advised to wear masks all the time. Hence, we have made a Python program that helps us recognize whether a person is wearing a mask or not. The prerequisite for this project is mere knowledge of lists, tuples, if-else and loop statements. Also, some external packages like NumPy, Matplotlib, and OpenCV were used. Basics of image processing and machine learning has been involved in the making. So let's not delay and move to the coding part. So I'll be sharing my screen now. So I have coded the entire program in Jupyter Notebook, and first where I have coded each line cell by cell. As you can see, the first line is import CV2. So import CV2, we have to import OpenCV here. So OpenCV is a package. It's a very famous package that is also used for image processing and deep machine learning in Python. And in the second tab, we have stored the image that we have taken here in by using cv2.im read statement. What it does is it reads the image and converts it into an array and stores it into image, this variable. So using image.shape, we have taken out the shape of the image. For instance, this image that, as you can see below, this is the lena.jpg file, and the height and width of this image is 354 by 536, and the color scheme that has been used is RGB, so it's the value is 3. And then we have fourth line, we are just plotting the array data in the image. So we have got this entire array here. This is actually a long array, but we have been just shown this much. And then we are also importing matplotlib here as plt. Matplotlib is another Python package that helps us plot the array and helps us visualize the images. So we are storing it in the image in imshow, and then we have actually used this while true statement here. Uh, Actually, what happens when we are using this OpenCV statement? So if we don't use the true while loop, then the output window will not become stagnant. It will just close. It will just open and close and open and close. So we have used the while true statement here, and until and unless the the we'll be using the escape key. This ASCII key 27 is the ASCII value for escape key. So until and unless anyone would be pressing escape key, the output window would be continuously shown. And at the end, we have used this destroy all windows statement to destroy the output window that we will be seeing. So next we have hard data. We have used is this statement: hard data is equals to cv2 dot cascade classified data dot xml. So there were two scientists, Voila and Jones. So what they did was they prepared an algorithm for face recognition using the HAR features. HAR features, what are HAR features? HAR features are actually the facial recognition features that are specific only to humans. These By these features such as eyebrows, mouths, lips, etc., we can recognize a face that is a human face. So they designed an algorithm, and the algorithm we can find it online. There's a GitHub repository for it, and I have imported it. That's called data.xml. So I have imported it from there. So what it does is it loads the algorithm in hard data, what we have the variable that we have used here. It loads it in that, and then the hard data dot detect multi-scale image. What it's doing is that it's using the image that we have fetched in. It's using the algorithm to detect if there's an image or not. If there will be an image, so right now the image doesn't have any face. If there will be a face in the image, so we'll be able to see how many images are there in this array. Then we have used this statement here. Uh, the statement here. This is the main statement that we have used here to train this model. So what this entire uh, the part that I'm explaining is the model training part. So what we'll be doing is I'll be taking 600 photos of me, uh, 300 will be with the mask, and 300 would be without mask. So if we do that, we are actually helping the machine to learn that the masked photos, to differentiate between masked and unmasked photos. So first statement is captured is equals to CV2 dot video capture. What this statement does is, using the OpenCV using the OpenCV package, it switches on your video camera. We have if there's the zero here, the zero as a parameter means it will be using the default camera. If there will be an external camera that you're using, so you just cut the zero and make it one, so it will be like external. But right now I'm using my default camera. This is the data array that we have stored to store all the images that will be clicked by my laptop. And then again a true statement is used. We have taken this capture.read. It is stored in flag and image variables. What it does is, the flag and image variable stores all the images, and if flag would be one, if it will be true, then it will start clicking pictures. So for the face would be stored in uh, this hard data would find the face, and it will be stored in this faces variables. And for we'll run a loop. The loop will be run for four variables: x, y, w, and h. Uh, so cv2 dot rectangle image x, y, x plus w. What this uh, line does is that it takes the image, it searches from the top corner to the bottom corner of the image for a face. As soon as it recognizes a hard feature, it extracts the face and stores it in the faces variable. And next line is that, as we know, yeah, it does the same thing. And what the next line does is face is equals to cv2 dot resize face 50 dot 50. As we know that every face will be of different length, different every photo would be of different length and breadth. So just to make all of them equal size, we have written this statement. Then what it does is print length of data. So I have made it 1200. So 600 faces will be with mask and 600 without mask. You can take as many pictures. The more pictures you will take, the more accurate the results will be. Then we have data.append. So it will keep every time a picture is clicked, this append would be in the face variable, the image will be appended. Then we have cv2.imshow. It again is the same statement that I showed above. It's used to show the image, and it will keep on taking the pictures until and unless we click escape key, that is 27 for ASCII value, or else there will be 600, or till 600 photos it will be clicking. So there are two conditions here. Either we click on escape button, or it will go till highest, that is 600, and it will break it. And capture or release means it will release the camera that it's holding, and it will destroy all the windows. And then we have imported NumPy here. So NumPy stands for numerical Python. It is very basic package for Python that is used to used to play with the arrays and numbers. So what we have done is we have taken NumPy to save the array of faces that we used above. So we have saved without mask and with mask. What are these? Actually, these are the models that we trained. They are stored as arrays in our without mask.npy data and mask.npy. So we'll be using these later to write some more code to execute the train model. So next part of the video, it will be my friend Aman Mathur who would be showing you how to how we have carried out the further part of the program and how it detects masses. Thank you.
So thank you, Rohan. Now, a warm welcome to everyone. My name is Aman Mathur. I'm a second year EC undergraduate at Triple IT Kota. Now, as you have seen, Rohan has explained the first part of the project. Now I will start explaining about the second part of the project. So let me share my screen. So as you can see here, this is the second part of the project, which is the untilted.py file. As you can see, I have imported the NumPy library, which is used for which is a numerical Python library, and it is used for creating multi-dimensional arrays and objects. And then I have imported CV2, which is the OpenCV package, which is used for image processing. Now, here we have two different files, which is the mass.npy and without mass.npy. Now I have loaded both of these files into two different variables, which is the with mask and without mask variable. And first of all, I have checked what are the size and shape of our variables. So with mask dot shape, it gives the dimension of our first file. It contains 600 images with mask, and the dimension of every image is 50 to 50 to 3. 50 53 is the dimension of every image. Now the next file contains 600 images without mask, and the dimensions of each of these images also 50 53. Now as you can see, we have a four-dimensional array which is very difficult to handle. So it is preferable to convert this four-dimensional array into a two-dimensional array data. So we will convert this by using the dot reshape function. So it will convert this four-dimensional data into two-dimensional data. We will apply this for both with mask and without mask. So now you can see this is a two-dimensional data, 600 to 7500 and 600 7500, which is the two-dimensional data converted from four-dimensional data. So as you can see that we will check our shape of our both the files, which is with mask dot shape and without mask dot shape. So it is converted to a two-dimensional data from a four-dimensional data. Now we need to concatenate the rows of with mask and without mask using the np.rar function, and we will pass the parameters with mask and without mask. Now as you can see, the size or shape of this x variable is 1200 to 7500. So we have 1200 images in this x type of array, or you can say multidimensional array. The first 600 images are with mask, and the next 600 images are without mask, and we have 7500 columns. Now what we will do, we will label each and every image with 0 or 1. Now 0 will be labeled for with mask, and 1 will be labeled for without mask. First of all, we will label all of these with 0, and then in this code, the images from 600 up to the 1200 are labeled with 1. It means that first 600 are labeled 0 and the next 600 are labeled 1. It means first 600 are with mask and next 600 are without mask. And we have made a variable names. We have assigned 0 for mask and 1 for no mask, as you can see here. Now comes the part where we have to apply the machine learning algorithms, which will be useful for detecting the mask. And so here we have from sklearn.svm import svc. Svc is a package from the sklearn library. Sklearn library is used for implementing the machine learning algorithms and the artificial intelligence. So svc is support vector classification, which can be imported from the sklearn vector machine. Then we have imported the accuracy score package, which is used to check the accuracy of the algorithm, and it is imported from sklearn matrices. And moving further, as you can see there, I have imported the train test split. Now we can divide the data into training and testing part, and some part of the data will be used for training, and then some part of the data will be used for the testing. And we can apply learning algorithms on the training part, and then we can apply some predictions on the testing part, so that we can get our accuracy, that how much accurate is our algorithm. So I have imported the skill and model selection from the train test split. Sorry, I have imported the train test split from the sklearn library. Now I have passed all the parameters, the X train test, the X labels, the labels, and the test size. Now what does this test size means? It means that 25% of our images will be used for the testing, and 75% of the images will be used for the performing the machine learning, the training part. So 75% of 1200 will be 900. So 900 images, as you can see there, X train, the training part, 900 images have been passed to the training part. Now we have, as you can see, we have a lots of columns here, so we cannot handle these much of columns. So I have to import the sklearn decomposition, which is used for reducing the dimensional size. And let me convert this into the three column data. So we have passed we have imported this package PCA, and I have passed the components as three. So three, it will be divided into three columns. It will be converted from 7500 to three columns. And as you can see that I have made extreme variable, and then I have assigned this, that the PCA fit transfer, this fit transform function will be used for converting this to 7500 to three columns. Now as you can see there, we have three column data. We have reduced the dimensional sizes. Now what will be our dot shape, or what will be our final size? That will be 900 to 300, converted from 900 7500 to 903. Now I have made objects using SVC. I have made declared some objects using the vector classification. I have made the vector machine, and now I have passed both the X train and the Y train variables into the svm.fit library. So now as you can see, I have applied the SVM training on data, SVM on training data, and the predictions on testing data. Our testing part will be used for the predictions, and our training part will be used to the apply. Will be used to apply the machine learning algorithms. So the testing part will be used for the transform or the applying, and the prediction part, the vector machine predict will be stored in the Y prediction part. So as you can see, and now you can see the accuracy score, that it will be 0.96. Now I have passed both the variables Y test and Y predictions into the accuracy score part. So the our accuracy is now 0.96. Now this piece of data, or this piece of code, sorry, so this piece of code is the main code which will be used for the algorithms. uh, Now hard data is an algorithm which has been predefined or pre coded, and this data.xml is a file which is imported here, and it will be used for detecting the faces or the face gestures and the lips and all that kind of data, and it will be stored in the hard data variable. So now if we want to start the camera, then we will use the video capture function, and we will pass 0 here because it will normally start the camera. Now this piece of data, it contains many lines of codes. So these all lines of codes are used for the detecting images, and then drawing the rectangle on the face of the images. And as you can see here, uh, if cv2.wait key is 27, it means the 27 is the ASCII character for the escape key. Now it means that if the escape key is pressed, then our program will our camera will stop. Otherwise our camera will continuously take the uh, images of our faces, and it will mark them as masked images or non-maskable images. So this all of this data will be used for the resizing of our image shape, resizing of our faces, and then the detecting the faces and drawing rectangular. And if escape key is passed, then our camera will be stopped. Now capture.release function, it will be used to release the camera, and cv2.destroy all windows will be used to destroy the windows after main program has been ended. So that was the untilted.py file that I have explained. And now you will see the implementation of our code. Thank you. So now you will see the live implementation of our code. So let me run the code. So here's our window. As you can see that I'm not wearing a mask, and it is showing no mask. Now let me wear the mask. So as you can clearly see that the detector says that I am wearing a mask. Now I will remove it, and you can see that it says no mask. And in this window also, you can see that whether I am wearing a mask or no mask, it is saying. And clearly our project has been working successfully. as you can see, I'm wearing mask and no mask. So that was a live implementation of our project, and a very thank you from for everyone who liked it. Thank you.